Richard Landis for Pajamas Media. I'm standing here inside Srifin military base south of Tel Aviv and north of Ashdod. And here the Israeli army has been offloading the humanitarian aid from the flotilla. We have here the contents of 2 of the boats. And what you can see here right now is the hospital equipment. There are hospital beds, there are wheelchairs. Inside there's a supply of medicine. All of this stuff is ready to go to Gaza, and Hamas refuses to allow it in. This is not new behavior for Hamas. Hamas has very often pursued a policy of creating bad conditions, which they can then exploit by blaming on Israel. At the beginning of Operation Cast Lead, about a year and a half ago, there were tons of medical supplies sent by Qatar waiting at the Egyptian border, 40 ambulances with Egyptian doctors and mobile surgical units, all ready to go across into Gaza to help. And Hamas said no.
They've got helicopters and doctors on standby at the Rafah crossing. There are up to 40 ambulances waiting to go into Gaza to bring out the injured, and tons of medical supplies have arrived at the nearby airport of El Arish, including 2 flights from Qatar. But the Egyptian Foreign Minister Ahmed Abul-Gate said in the past few hours that they've had no one come across. The wounded, he said, are barred from crossing, and he blamed those in control of Gaza for putting the lives of the injured at risk.
Now, at the same time as they were keeping out this aid, they were turning to BBC and CNN cameras and saying, this is a humanitarian crisis. Here we are in the hospital. We're running low on supplies.
We are inside the emergency room of Shifa Hospital, where hundreds of kids, women's and children's have been brought to this hospital for medical treatment. Doctors are struggling here to cope with the situation. We have seen as many as 900 people are being treated in that hospital. The doctors are talking about running out of medicine. Every essential medication is being a heavy shortage here in Gaza, as well as blood.
And so the really terrible thing in all this is that the role the media plays is to affirm Hamas's strategy by blaming Israel for what's going on, and in a sense making this cannibalistic strategy a success. Here you see Ben Wiedemann. He admits that there's no crisis in Gaza. He also admits that Hamas has blocked the aid. But the next question he gets has nothing to do with what the role of Hamas in creating this crisis is. The next question he gets is...
And Ben, you know this region better than anyone that I can think of. Would you say the Palestinians or even the government, the Hamas government, is winning the PR campaign here?
Well, certainly it appears that... at least from the perspective of Gaza, that they've come out on top.
That, yes, is his contribution to making that PR campaign, that cannibalistic PR campaign, work. This is Richard Landis for Pajamas Media.